We are at the Lewis Ranch Experience, which is the former home of the killer, Jerry Lee Lewis. We're in the iconic music room where multitudes of celebrities and folks that Jerry loved came here and played music. And I'm sitting here with Jerry's sister, Linda Gail Lewis, who not only played in this room, sang in this room, but toured with Jerry. And Linda, it's a real honor to have you come back to your brother's home. Your brother, he loved you.
I was really blessed. You know, he loved me and my whole family, and he took care of us.
He was a wonderful, wonderful man.
Yes, darling, he really was.
And Jerry was a master in so many ways. He was a masterful piano player, but he was a master at the media attention. He knew what drove his fans to come to him, and it was really, as Elvis appealed to the women, and so did Jerry. But Jerry knew that his fan base, he had to bring in the bad boy image. So a lot of his bad boyness was just an image for who he was and what his character was all about. Would you say that's kind of true?
That is true. And I remember when he first started playing again in Europe, because he had, the scandal in the UK. So he couldn't, but then he went back a few years later, and I've seen the clips of him there and all the teddy boys getting up and dancing on stage with him and things like that. Yes, they were bad boys. They still are.
Well, he was a master at that. He really knew what he was doing. But in this particular room at Jerry's home in Nesbit, Mississippi, now Jerry owned the home basically for almost 50 years. So he loved it here. He loved the ranch. And there are, in 2012, they did what was it called? The Sunshine of the Stars?
Sunshine of the Stars. It's You Are My Sunshine. And Jimmy Davis from Louisiana wrote the song, You Are My Sunshine. So they had the Harry Connick Jr. and Britney Spears and a whole bunch of other people that were real famous people, or that are real famous people. And of course, they had my brother. And so he called me and he said, "Are you on this show, The Sunshine of the Stars?" And I said, "No, Jerry, they've not invited me to be on that show. I'm not famous enough." And he said, "Well, come on to this ranch, and I will let you sing the song with me. And then you'll be on the show too."
Oh, that's wonderful. So the clip was Jerry coming up the hill of the driveway in his Rolls Royce.
Yes.
He pulls up the hill, the door opens, the killer gets out of the car. He walks into this room that we're sitting in, and you guys do You Are My Sunshine.
Oh,
Is there any way we could do just maybe the chorus line
Of
of You Are My
course.
Sunshine?
We'll do whatever you want to.
Let's try that
I
one.
love that song.
How about key of F?
Sure.
Will that work?
Yes.
If you don't mind.
I don't mind at all.
You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know just how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. Oh, that was beautiful. And that was a thrill for me to sing with you.
Well, it's an honor for me to sing with you because I'm a fan of yours. I love your voice.
Well, I appreciate that.
I haven't enjoyed anything as much as when I sang with Tom Jones one time at Chateau Marmont. And then when I sang with you, it's so wonderful. You have a beautiful voice.
Thank you, Linda. That's very sweet of you. Jimmy Swaggart, Jerry's cousin, was right here. You were here. 85th birthday.
When we did that 85th birthday thing, Jimmy actually played and sang. It was wonderful.
Mickey Gilley was in this room?
And Mickey did 2 songs, and I played one of them with him. I played Room Full of Roses with him.
I'll be darned. You have another cousin, Gerald.
Oh, what a sweet man.
Oh, I love Gerald Lewis.
Yeah, he was my mama's favorite. She loved him so much, and when him and his wife Shirley would come to the house, it was Christmas. It was Christmas dinner. We had so many good things to eat that she would make for Gerald and Shirley. His wife was really a sweet lady too, a really sweet Christian woman. And Gerald is just wonderful. He plays great piano. He's a great singer.
Yes.
He's just so humble and has never been like super ambitious and been out there and fighting for it and doing it like Jimmy did. You
Yeah.
have to be really ambitious and be really busy and travel a lot to get way up in the gospel music and the preaching scene. It's not easy.
But he had the same talent. He could have done it.
He could have if he'd had that desire to do
Yeah,
it.
yeah, I think it does.
He was just always happy at his little church in Schwartz, Louisiana. That's
Beautiful
where he does
folks.
his church. He's
Now,
been
one-
there a long time.
He has been there a long time, and he's still very active, and I think that's very neat.
He's one of the happiest people I know.
He is.
That's a good example for all of us.
You know, we're sitting right here, and there's a picture on the wall over here of you and the image of right where we're sitting, where the chairs, Jimmy Swaggart, Mickey Gilley, yourself, and of course Jerry Lee Lewis.
Well, I just marched on over there. And I said, I'm sorry, but I'm going to be a groupie here. And I've got all three of you guys together, and y'all are going to have to just let me have my picture made with you. I'm not taking no for an answer.
So how in the world does Faraday, Louisiana, now I've been to Faraday, that's where the monument for Jerry is, a beautiful monument. And the little church, a little white church, it was Assembly of God at the time. There's a little brass plaque that has the names of who attended. How does a little spot in the road get Jimmy Swaggart, Jerry Lee Lewis, Mickey Gilley, Linda Gail, Gerald? How does that happen? It can't be the water.
Well, you know, it's unusual. That town has about 5,000 people that live there, and that's all it had then. It's never been a big city or anything. It's just a little small town, and you know, 3 people from the same family, and 3 people from the same little small town. It's pretty amazing that those 3 guys made it like
It's
it.
amazing, but it's more than 3. It's 4. Linda, you
Oh.
are a big star. You have toured the world. You still tour the world. You've done 2 concerts here since your brother passed, both for his birthday, 89 and 90th. And I was looking at your tour schedule. You're going back toward Austin, Texas, Houston, Texas. You'll be back in Florida doing some tours.
And we're in Austria in November.
Austria, November. So it's not 3, it's 4.
Well, thank you. And my sister did get them to add me to the sign. When you drive into town, my name is up there.
And it deserves to be up there. But now your brother, Jerry Lee Lewis, you know, an icon, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, Country Music Hall of Fame. Go to Hollywood and there's a star.
Greatest country singer in the world.
Absolute, bar none. The man was.
And the piano that he played on those 2 albums that he had, Volume 1 and Volume 2 of Greatest Country Hits or whatever they call it. Oh my goodness. If you listen to what he played on the piano, and of course his vocals on every song he covered, they're all cover songs. He, in my opinion, did the best singing and the best vocal and the most amazing piano playing on. I love those 2 albums. I love all his albums, but those are 2 of my favorites. He just wasn't just a rocker. He was a great country singer.
He was one of the most versatile that could do country and it was just a unique way of doing it, but then right away jump into a rock and roll song and all of a sudden it's just Jerry Lee. I mean, it was, and gospel music.
Oh,
and all of a sudden go
wonderful gospel
into
music.
to
Wonderful.
Old Rugged Cross and just melt your heart.
I love our gospel album that we did together. It's a wonderful memory, and I love that album so much. But you know, Jerry was so versatile, like you say. It's like a show tune, like the Easter Parade. You wouldn't think about Jerry Lee Lewis singing the Easter Parade. And we were doing a gig in New York City, and it was close to the time for Easter. And Jerry started singing and playing that song, and I'm like, it was like jaw-dropping. And of course, I was on stage with him, but there was no need for any backing vocals or anything. He sang that song and played it on the piano, and it was beautiful. I hope somewhere somebody's got a bootleg of that. I'd love to have a copy of it.
I think we know a guy, Daniel's probably got it.
Daniel probably has it.
So, story is, Jerry taught Jimmy how to play piano, Mickey how to play piano. Did he teach you how to play piano?
Well, he taught me how to make chords and stuff on the piano because I was a songwriter. I was a singer, a country singer, and a songwriter for most of my career. That was what I did, and I was on the road with my brother. And then one day we were in Germany, and they had this beautiful grand piano backstage, and we had a lot of time to kill for some reason. I think it might have been that we did an afternoon show and then we were going to have a nighttime show.
Okay.
So we were there for a long time, and I said, Jerry, just so I can, if I ever want to do it, can you just show me on the piano how I can play boogie boogie and mostly how I can play rock and roll?
Mm-hmm.
He said, well, I'll show you. He said, but don't ask me to show you again. I'm only going to show you one time.
I could just see him say.
And God blessed me. God blessed me because I paid close attention because he told me, he said, I'm only going to show you this one time. And I knew he really wanted me to pay attention and take in what he was doing. And because of that, I was able, when I started my solo career, when I was 40, I finally got around to my solo career, I needed to be able to play rock and roll because I had Jerry Lee Lewis fans and Elvis fans and rock and roll fans of Chuck Berry, and they were coming to my shows and they wanted to hear the Lewis style piano, which, a lot of people can play those songs and they play a lot of notes and stuff, and we're all impressed by that. But only if you are Jerry Lee Lewis or me, his sister, can you do certain things that has the right feel to it.
Exactly.
And I was so blessed by the good Lord, and I was able to pull it off. And I don't play like a lot of notes or anything complicated. I just love, I love my brother's songs, and I love his rock and roll songs, and I really love playing them. And recently, a really nice man paid me a few $100s to come in the studio and play on one song. And a friend of mine was there who is a famous and great piano player, much better than me. And I said, this is a recording session and you're here. Why am I here? What am I doing here? And he's such a lovely man. And he told me, he said, Linda, I can't play what you can play. He said, I can play the notes, but it will never sound right. It would have to be your brother or you playing that. And it was a song that they had written about my brother.
Oh,
And they wanted me to play piano on it. So I'm blessed by that.
well, it's a unique style, and you've got it. And Jerry had it to the max,
Oh,
and he
yes.
handed off to you.
And he was
great
such a
gift.
genius on this piano.
Oh, he was.
I mean, like the stuff he played on some of those country songs would almost sound like something that Mozart did. It's like little trills and things that nobody else could do that because it wouldn't work. If somebody else tried, and that's where they all meet their Waterloo when they're trying to be just like him. Can they do Somewhere Over the Rainbow like Jerry did it? And can they do those piano licks that he played on that? And can they sing it like he did? Nobody can.
No, only one.
Nobody. I wouldn't touch that song with a 10-foot pole. I would never try to do it.
So here today, we've got it hooked up live. The band's been here. You guys have laid down some recording tracks to capture some music for possible album use.
Yes,
and,
Lord.
And we've had a wonderful time with the band. And
it's special to be here in this room.
isn't there a vibe here that you can just feel?
Well, it is. It is, because I've sat in this room so many times with my brother. I've sat in this room with him, and he loved this place so much.
Mm-hmm.
And I have wonderful memories of being here with him. And it's just, he loved this place. He loved living here more than any other place he ever lived in his whole life. And the day that we did the You Are My Sunshine in this room, he enjoyed that. He really enjoyed it.
I bet he did. Listen, we are again at the Lewis Ranch Experience, the former home of the killer Jerry Lee Lewis, the one and only Jerry Lee Lewis. We're in the music room of the home. Now, you can go to the lewisranchexperience.com and you can book a tour, you can call the number, you can come here, tour the grounds, tour the property, see the iconic grand piano, pool, cars, show outfits, awards, and so you want to do that. But I also would encourage you to go to Linda Gail's website. Linda, will you share with them how they can follow you?
Well, on Facebook, I have a Linda Gail Lewis music page, and then I have a website, and I believe it's LGL Music.
Okay.
Because someone else owns the rights to Linda Gail Lewis, my name.
Well, wouldn't you know that?
We haven't been able to get that one.
They tend to do that, so you'll spend big money to buy your own name.
I guess so, but I'm all over Facebook. I'm easy to find there.
Yeah, you sure are. So thank you for tuning in, and ladies and gentlemen, one more time for Linda Gail Lewis, the sister of the killer, Jerry Lee Lewis.